Hello then, welcome back to Congo. Last time we completed our conquest of Ethiopia. We also realized that there's a scary amount of Portuguese troops right now in very close to me, which is kind of scary. Also, Spain has 26,000 right here. Potentially this could be bad, but at least the Spanish army should be secure. It's just cannons mostly. But we also have a issue with colonizations or coalitions, and the reason with that is simple that Bunge's in it, and I kind of don't want to attack it while, well, people in Algiers and Mali is in it as well. So we'll be waiting until they leave, more or less. So I think there's going to be some peacetime now. A, well, calmer period where I won't be doing much except tech up, trying to convert most of the provinces, dealing with the fact that I once again have low legitimacy isn't too bad, isn't too great either. So there's a couple of factors that aren't more or less going my way here. I can either lose 100 diplomatic power or execute someone. I guess we'll sacrifice diplomatic tech. Mali Patriots in Bambuk. A lot of things that aren't actually going as planned. So we'll see how it all plays out. But for now, we'll just keep on converting and trying to make everything, well, our religion. So we'll see how that goes. While we're on the subject of bad things, Spain has 90,000 men in this province, and if we check their military here, armies, that is almost the entirety of the Spanish army here in my province, which, or close to me, which is kind of horribly bad. Luckily enough, they opted for not deciding a war, or declaring a war, so far at least, so potentially I'm still safe. Probability of that, not too high though, so I'm just going to keep on trying to solve the potential rebel issues. We've had quite a bit of rebels, so I'm to some extent rebuilding my armies and setting things up anew. And hopefully we can make something work here in the long run. For now, I'm just going to keep on causing some problems for most likely everyone else. I will also, I think, go ahead here once I get that next administrative idea. We'll go ahead and get rid of some of our inflation. It's not good at all. And I think I can also go ahead and lower the maintenance a little bit to well, make sure that we don't lose too much money. So, with that said, we'll just keep on going with what we have. The coalition-wise, no one has left, but no one has joined. So, there's a lot of things to take into consideration, but I think we should be fine here. We'll see how it goes. Once again, Great Britain has gotten themselves into war with France, and once again, I think the British Navy is going to, well, tear them apart. I guess we'll just accept this. Once again, I won't be weakening myself much because I will not really be participating in the war, so I don't really have anything at all to worry about, I dare say. So, with that said, what we are going to do is move one army down here to keep or fight the other rebels, and we'll keep one in the north here. Unfortunately, I can't actually fabricate a claim on Socotra itself, so I think we'll just fabricate a claim here on Mocha, and potentially we'll fight Oman then, since, well, I don't really have anyone else to fight at the moment. That also means that I need to do a, well, upgrade to my navy if I want to be able to fight theirs. So I think we'll do that. We'll add probably 4 galleons to my navy, and I think that should be enough. I do, after all, have higher attack than them, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But the military level is high nonetheless, so it could actually be a problem. We'll see. Diplomatic, they aren't at 15 yet, so I still have the better fleet. We'll see how it works out. Kind of an interesting thing, note to point here, Portugal and Spain are at war. This is hilarious, and Portugal-Mexican conquest of Belize. So, Spain and Portugal are fighting. Potentially, if France and Great Britain would, well, peace out with each other, I could use this opportunity to, first of all, most likely be able to vassalize Morocco here. Spain has taken this. So Spain also is weakened. This could be the opportunity I'm waiting for, where I can most likely be able to snatch at least some provinces. Portugal does have 120,000 men though, but they're out of manpower, and Spain themselves only has 70,000 left. So right now I'm actually contemplating moving all my troops to Europe, or Western Africa per se, and declaring war on these guys. But I think I need to fabricate a claim on at least one of their provinces. If I can take this entire area, then much is actually done in this playthrough, I dare say. The problem, of course, is that I'm currently setting myself up for a war against Morocco, and the reason for that is fairly simple. They have 15 as their total base tax, 4, 11, 13, 15. And I believe I can actually vassalize them if I'm not completely mistaken. They might be just a little bit too big. I'm hoping they aren't, but even so, I'll fabricate claims on both of these two provinces, and hopefully that'll be enough to actually allow me to vassalize them. And if I can actually vassalize them and keep the militarist personality here, this guy can actually be used to take Algiers, Tunisia, everything down. Also potentially eating Portugal if they get weakened. So there's a lot of potential here. And also the reason why Portugal is thrashing Spain so, well, excessively, I dare say, is because of the... I'm a little bit unsure, really, but it's probably due to the fact that they have basically the entirety of South America as a colonial nation, which of course would be troublesome. But if I can actually drag, as you can see, if I can drag Great Britain into a war like this, then everything would be great. But I'm kind of worried that I can't. We'll have to see. If I could potentially drag Austria into this, it would be terrific. But I'll have to see if I can actually pull something like that off. We also decided to take a ridiculous idea here, giving a little bit of speed to my missionaries. Divine Supremacy, missionary strength +3, should help out quite a bit. The only other problem that I'm thinking right now with attacking Portugal is that my military is subpar. I'm 2 tax behind, so I think we'll have to just wait. To be perfectly honest, we'll fight a war against I think Oman instead, secure Socotra. And I'm also kind of tempted to go after the Timurids here, just get that one province, but I'm a little bit unsure. I don't think I can vassalize Syria. They're way too big, fortunately. Also, the Mamluks now are actually vassalizable, I think. No, they're still actually a little bit too big, thanks to the enormous base tax in Cairo. So, we'll have to see, but potentially I might actually be able to vassalize the Mamluks. I'm very tempted to just declare war on Timurids. I'm pretty sure neither of these will actually reach me. Not even the Timurids themselves. So with that in mind, I think we'll just declare war here for Sukin. And then we'll probably also declare war here for Socotra very soon as well. So that is my plan. Let's see how it works out. I think we're also ready to declare war on Oman here for, as I said, Socotra. I'm kind of worried about the fact that Tripoli could potentially become war leader. The problem with Tripoli is that they're allied with the Ottomans. And also a couple of others. Positive signs Tunisia will be dragged in, but other than that, there are no positives in having the Ottomans in this war as well. I don't think they have that many troops, or they have 98,000, so forget about that. But even so, they would probably actually join in the war, and they would be a hilariously annoying foe. So I hope they will ignore the pleas for help if Tripoli becomes war leader. It was not Hejaz, it was Oman, and we're going for take Mucha, I think. It's the safest bet. It will most likely give me a rolling war score pretty early. And I'll also just take this fleet now up until we'll move those guys into a useful position. I think I will be able to deal with this Oman Navy if I have to. But we'll figure that out. We'll start straight away here. Oman actually stayed war leader. So potentially I could use this opportunity to go after Tripoli. Do something with them. But I'm a little bit unsure what I would actually do here. Very unsure what I would do. If I could actually go ahead now and declare war on the Mamluks and try and vassalize them, then potentially we can make something work here, but I can't, so I'll probably ignore them for the most of the time. And I think we'll also go ahead here and I'm a little bit unsure if I should actually deploy more armies into the Timurid, the siege here. We're going to do this, get the siege done, and then we're going to deal with everything else. They don't really have that many troops, but it's better being careful than being careless. We'll see how it goes. Britain actually forced Flanders, or forced the French to release Flanders, so at least they are beatable, but they aren't really the problem here. Spain and Portugal seems to have ended up in a white peace here, so they kind of weakened each other, but not really much. I'm going to move this troop here up to Morocco, and we're going to try and see if I can vassalize them. If I can, I might once again, as I said, consider a war against Portugal, especially if these two get into war again. But for the time being, that is not really a likely, well, solution, so to speak. Let's attack advance into Carbine, 18. I can now use leather cannon, Gallop cavalry, and Village conscription center. My combo width has been increased by 2, and the maneuver value of my units by 25%. All rather good, I dare say. But for the time being, I think we're just going to keep on with what we can. Morocco doesn't actually have any allies, so we're definitely going after them. I might just take figuring here if I can't actually annex them in one go. We'll simply have to wait and see how things actually play out. For now, I'll just keep finding the wood I can. My navy lost out of theirs. Didn't actually count for their 11 heavy ships. That, well, they screwed up my army pretty bad, or my navy pretty bad, so I kind of had to retreat. We're currently building about 15 heavy ships of our own. That is galleons, the better heavy ship. And hopefully I can get revenge with those, but I'm a little bit unsure if I'll be able to. For now, we'll go for Conquest War here, I think. The cost is the same, but we'll see if I can actually get them vassalized with this. I do doubt it, but I can always give it a go just for the possibilities. Also, the fact that I'm fabricating claims has brought my aggressive expansion up again. So I think I'll just ignore claims altogether as a way of battle, because, or a way to get myself into battle, because it's not a good solution per se. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. But as you can see, conversions are coming on nicely. My religious unity is at 77% now, so that's at least good. I have one good thing to report. We're going to continue with the war here and see if we can pull a victory out of the hat. Naval Tech 16 has been reached, the post office and naval arsenal. With that, we get an increase in trade range by 20, trade efficiency by 10%, and I can now build a naval arsenal and a post office, which all in all aren't that good. My navy is complete, however, so we are going to try and do something now against Oman. It will be interesting to see if we can actually beat this navy. I would presume that we can. So hopefully here we can turn things around, but it still remains to be seen. And apparently they managed actually to siege Tajura here, due to me not really paying attention, and I'm going to lose a lot of men here. But even so, I think we'll be fine here. Battle of the Red Sea, we did lose our entire navy. So I need actually to rebuild my, due to my sloppiness here, I need to actually rebuild my transport fleet. So let's just do that straight away. I think the 6 transports will be enough. It's just an island after all. It shouldn't be that troublesome to siege. I also have rebels, but I'm kind of ignoring them right now due to the simple fact that I want to finish the sieges in Morocco. I could probably check now if I can actually vassalize them. No, as you can see, I can't. So I have to take something with a high war score here, Figurig and potentially even both Figurig and Tafilat. I'm a little bit unsure. I might have to take both, but I really just want to take one province, and the reason for that is, of course, very simple. Taking more than just one is going to give me a lot of aggressive expansion, which once again will bring the coalition bigger. Or make the coalition bigger. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But for now, I'll just continue the war, and we'll see if I can make something work here. My heir has fallen ill, and I think it's fair enough that we'll send for trained medicus, but of course he dies. And as you can see, my navy didn't actually make much of a difference. It died as well. So taking Socotra is actually going to be kind of a challenge, it looks like. I'll probably have to save up money and then go for a real siege. I think I'll just go for a white peace for now with the with Oman. It doesn't really make too much sense for me to continue this this pursuit right now. So for the time being, I'll see if I can get a white peace with these guys, and I probably will as soon as I do a little bit of get some order out of the war and things like that. So we'll have to see how that goes. Funch still hates my guts. Tripoli hates my guts. I'm pretty sure they actually gotten some. Well, they still have a fair amount of aggressive expansion. But I'm still very tempted still to just try and get myself in a position where I can start picking off people, but it's still rather awkward what I really want to do. I might have to take both of these, which will give me a ton of aggressive expansion again, so... Now, this doesn't make much sense. Well, it does to a certain degree. They have troops there. Do I want to destroy this army and rebuild it on the other side again? I think I might actually have to here. Can I select the army? There we go. Yeah, I think we'll just disband and rebuild it. I had a lot of trouble right now, and it looks like I've hit the I hit the spot where I need to kind of just slow down and make sure that I rebuild everything, make basically everything work together. So I'll do a little bit of thinking, and we'll see how if I can make something work. I also apparently forgot 6 of my big ships, which is probably why my navy got destroyed. So. We'll see how it all plays out. The war against Hawkiee is at least, or the war for Hawkiee against the Timorese is over, and with that we can actually start coring the damn thing. I'm still having troubles with the war against Oman here. I'm probably going to have to concede defeat here. I might actually get into trouble. A 353 weak claim. we claim? I don't think so. I think we'll take good evening, my good sir. And the reason is simple. As you can see, that we claim the legitimacy with the rebels. That's kind of screwed me over. So I think we're going to try and get ourselves out of that potential situation. We're also going to siege this and potentially then make a proper peace with the Ottomans. With the Oman here, a good one. We're going to rebuild our navy and then we're going to try again. It's not really anything more interesting than that. I'm still a little bit unsure what I actually want to take from Morocco. If we can take just one province and make something work, that would be great, but I'm very doubtful that will be the case, that it would simply be that easy. But we'll simply have to wait and see. I might actually go for a war here against Algiers and see if I can make something work with that once they're out of the coalition. I'm also very tempted right now to go ahead and declare a war against Tunisia, without a claymore actually. But I'll have to consider that. If I can get Algiers out of the coalition without too much trouble, and then declare war in Tunisia while they still have all of their claims here, that would be great. But once again, it's not simply, it's not something that I can actually promise. The fact that Fezzi are nationalists here is kind of good. I'm actually very tempted to allow them to take over, because then potentially we'll have Fez rising up. And if Fez rises up, I can potentially use that as a, well, a vassal and a scapegoat to some degree. So it's not horrible at all. Let's see, are you guys willing now to have me just concede defeat? Apparently not, so I need to re-siege this thing. And once that's done, I think we are done here. But, yeah, kind of annoying with those rebels. We'll see if I can solve that some way. But as you can imagine here, I've done a lot of mistakes, and that has kind of put me now in a very awkward spot. I'm a little bit unsure how I really want to solve this. But for now, we'll siege at least the entirety of Morocco, and then we'll see if I get something I want here. One of the kind of more awkward things is that the Fezzian nationalist is set in such a position that I kind of have to make peace in Morocco before I can do anything else. Let's see, a war school. There's nothing here that, as you can see, I kind of have to take two. That is the only real thing I can do if I want to vassalize these guys in the next war. And that's not really a possibility, so I'll have to see. I'm actually considering just white piecing here. Allow the Fezzian nationalists to siege a couple of provinces. Then I'll white piece myself, and then we'll hopefully get ourselves into war with Algiers, something like that. I'm a little bit unsure, but right now I really need a good diplomatic guy, so I can... No, not a good diplomat, good military guy, so I can catch up in tech, get myself a strong army, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But at this point, not really too much I can do except wait for truces to run out and all that, so we'll see how it all turns out. For now, we'll have to try and get ourselves in a position where we can end the war against Oman here. They apparently will take a ton of gold, but I don't really want to pay a ton of gold, so hopefully here, by fighting these two battles, we'll get the war score that we need. But I used far more than enough time, so we'll check that out next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like really, and hopefully I'll see you around next time. Bye.